Afghanistan is the #1 priority. That's the message underlined by the Chief of the General Staff, General Sir Peter Wall, during a visit to Camp Bastion. He took time to speak to personnel affected by the recent Army 2020 cuts and says real progress is being made across Helmand. Carla Prater joined him on his visit.
For the Chief of the General Staff, this is already a demanding and testing summer. After dealing with the cuts announced last month and the added responsibility of providing security during the Olympics, operations here may well have felt overshadowed. But visiting Camp Bastion, General Sir Peter Wall was keen to keep Afghanistan his top priority, saying they're still on track to withdraw combat troops in 2014.
We're now 2 and a bit years left between now and the end of combat operations. Until I came here, I felt that was a constraint. I now think it's an opportunity. We're absolutely poised to make the most of that in terms of the progress we've made and our relationships with the Afghans.
Touring the flight line, General Wall paid a visit to the Joint Helicopter Force. He was last in Afghanistan in December, and since then transition has advanced. Afghan security forces taking increasingly more lead across Nada Ali and other parts of Helmand. But the General warned there is still much more to do before drawdown.
From the Army's point of view, the effort's paying off, and it's going to leave Afghanistan by 2014 in a much better place. Preparations for reorganisation and for redeployment in due course are being worked up so that we can get out of here when the time is right in an orderly manner. But let me just emphasise that there's plenty more work to do here and plenty more agile change for us to deliver before we start focusing on that as our main thing.
Before arriving at Camp Bastion, General Wall went to Kabul and Lashkar, speaking with commanders. But he was particularly keen to meet those affected by the recent Army 2020 announcements. 9 Regiment Army Air Corps are one of those units affected. They'll be merged with 1 Regiment Army Air Corps, a change affecting 669 Squadron, which operate the links.
Their life in the future is going to change quite markedly as they move from Yorkshire to Somerset and take on a new airframe. It's important for them to make sure that we look after each individual as a specific case and do our best to give them the future career that they want.
His visit may have been brief, but his message was clear. Despite all the cuts and demands this year, Afghanistan is still the main focus and will remain so until the job is done. Carla Prater, Forces News, Camp Bastion.